Hello, good evening and a very warm welcome to all the fans and viewers in DD India's special bulletin Sports Buzz with me, Deepika. And in the next 30 minutes, your 30 minutes are going to be super sporting as we will take you across all national and international sporting updates. Let's start with the headlines. New Zealand women's cricket team produces thrilling last ball victory to beat Australia by 4 wickets and level 3 match 2020 series. The final game of the series will take place in Auckland. Record goal scorer Sergio Aguero to leave Manchester City at the end of the season after his contract comes to an end. Aguero will be honoured with a statue of him that will be placed at the Etihad Stadium. Naomi Osaka extends her winning streak as she moves into the quarter-final round of Miami Open. Australian world number 1 Ashley Barty also progresses to the quarter-final round of the ongoing Miami Open. Indian women's skipper Harmanpreet Kaur tests positive for COVID-19. In men's cricket, Irfan Pathan becomes 4th player in Road Safety World Legends Series who tested positive for the coronavirus. New Zealand produced a thrilling last ball victory to beat Australia by 4 wickets and level the 3-match 2020 series at 1-1. Needing 3 from the final ball of the match in their chase of 130, Maddie Green under-edged Nicola Carey for 4 to secure a fine win. Opener Francis Maker's 46 from 39 balls have paved the way for White Ferns, who were missing captain Sophie Devine through illness. Australia had earlier posted 129 for a loss of 4 wickets. Despite an unbeaten 61 from Beth Mooney, which included 6 fours, Australia struggled to accelerate in the middle overs. All-rounder McKay claimed 2 on 20 with her off-spin, while Jess Kerr dismissed dangerous opener Alyssa Healy for just 4. Despite struggling with a calf injury, McKay hit 3 fours and 2 sixes to get New Zealand off to a strong start. Australia hit back through Megan Shute, who dismissed Brooke Halliday and Kerr in consecutive balls, but New Zealand managed to take their target down to 9 from the final 6 deliveries. Nicola Carey's final over Yorkers took the game down to the final ball, with New Zealand's bench celebrating after Green's under-edge roll to the boundary. The final game of the series will take place on Thursday in Auckland. England fast bowler Jofra Archer has had a surgery on his right hand after England's director of cricket Ashley Giles revealed he suffered the injury cleaning a fish tank at his home in January. The injury was managed by England during the side's Test and T20 series in India. The 25-year-old played in 2 of the 4 Test and all 5 T20 matches. Giles said Archer has got a fish tank. He dropped the fish tank and cut his hand. Archer will now miss the start of the Indian Premier League too. Thisara Perera becomes the first Sri Lankan to hit 6 sixes in an over in any form of professional cricket on Sunday. En route to his unbeaten 13-ball 52, he also smashed the second fastest half-century in List A cricket for Army Sports Cricket Club in SLC's Major Clubs tournament. The record for fastest 50 is held by former Sri Lanka all-rounder Kaushalya Weeraratne, who smashed a 12-ball half-century for Rogana Cricket Club against Kurunegala Youth Cricket Club in November 2005. Pereira is the second cricketer after West Indies T20 international captain Kieron Pollard to achieve this feat in 2021. Pereira is part of a small list of 9 to have achieved this feat in professional cricket after Garfield Sobers, Ravi Shastri, Harshal Gibbs, Yuvraj Singh, Ross Whiteley, Hazratullah Zazai, Leo Carter and Pollard. And the Indian women's T20 team captain Harmanpreet Kaur has tested positive for COVID-19 and is experiencing mild symptoms and has self-isolated herself at home. She got herself tested on Monday after developing mild fever. Harmanpreet wrote on Twitter, and I quote, "Unfortunately, I have tested positive for COVID-19. I'm feeling okay and have quarantined myself by following all the guidelines advised by the authorities and my doctors." In her tweet, Harmanpreet also made a request to all the people that have come in contact with her in the last 7 days to get themselves tested to be on a safer side. She further added, "By God's grace and your well wishes, I will be back on the field soon, and I urge you all to please wear masks and stay safe." The Indian skipper did not play in the T20 series against South Africa in Lucknow after injuring herself in the 5th ODI on the 17th of March. And Irfan Pathan has become the 4th player to test positive for COVID-19 from among those who played in the recently concluded Road Safety World Series, a T20 tournament that pitted former players from India, England, West Indies, Bangladesh, South Africa and Sri Lanka against each other. Irfan said he was showing no symptoms and had isolated himself at home, making the announcement of his positive test on Twitter. Irfan wrote, and as I quote, "I have tested positive for COVID-19 with no symptoms and I have isolated myself and quarantined at home. I would request those who came in contact with me in recent past to please get themselves tested." Irfan Pathan further penned down his concern and urged all to wear masks and maintain social distancing and wished everyone a good health. And amid the pandemic, a good news for sports lovers in England as outdoor sports to resume after England's lockdown rules are eased. On Monday, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson officially lifted the stay-at-home order to allow the first phase of easing the COVID-19 lockdown, allowing for more outdoor activities and called on people to remain cautious. London residents were thrilled to be allowed to play sports again, especially tennis. More in this report.
London residents were thrilled to be allowed to play tennis again as outdoor sports and leisure facilities were reopened as part of the British government's gradual easing of its lockdown restrictions. One keen tennis player in North London said that he and his family had booked sessions on the local courts throughout the first week.
We're here. The kids are eager, and yeah, we haven't played in ages, so everybody wants to get out there and get as much of it done as we can. We've got the entire week booked, so hopefully none of us lose a limb in the process. But it's not as easy coming back as it is continuing. But nothing hurts yet, so it's an hour into it. We'll see how it goes.
From Monday, up to 6 people or 2 households in England can meet outside, whilst outdoor sporting facilities such as swimming pools, tennis and basketball courts can be used with social contact limits in place. Despite the move, Prime Minister Boris Johnson urged continued caution due to rising coronavirus cases in Europe. Johnson announced a third national lockdown in England on January 4th, but has said he plans to proceed with a cautious and irreversible route out of restrictions, underpinned by a quick rollout of COVID-19 vaccines. That contrasts with much of Europe, with Germany and France among countries contending with a third wave of COVID-19 infections and hospitalizations. Johnson has also warned that coronavirus variants pose a risk to Britain's vaccine rollout, which is the 4th fastest in the world after Israel, United Arab Emirates and Chile. Hua Chim, treasurer, the national tennis manager at sports and leisure firm Better, said he was expecting high numbers of tennis players in the coming months, mirroring what happened in the wake of the first coronavirus lockdown in the summer of 2020.
Yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough, kind of, you know, having our courts closed for so long. Having them closed for sort of the first 3 months of the year is very tough. We would ordinarily be quite busy, even though it's in the winter. We operate a lot of indoor tennis centres and a lot of indoor facilities. So then, actually, the winter is a very busy time for us. So it's been tough having them closed those first 3 months, but. we saw such a big uplift of tennis participation last year when the kind of courts were open again and people could play last summer. We did see a lot of, a huge increase in people playing. So we're expecting that again these next kind of 2 months.
Prolonged closures have hurt sports and leisure businesses across the country. Adding that preparations were now being made to reopen indoor venues on April 12th, should the government not delay the next stage of its reopening program. Sports Desk, DD India.
And for more on international tennis update, let's take a quick look at tennis wrap.
Japanese second seed Naomi Osaka extended her winning streak to a 23rd match as she moved into the Miami Open quarterfinals for the first time. Osaka won 6-3, 6-3 against Belgium's 16th seed Elise Mertens. Osaka will face Greek 23rd seed Maria Sakkari or American 29th seed Jessica Pegula next. Australian world number 1 Ashley Barty also advanced by beating 14th seed Victoria Azarenka of Belarus. Barty won 6-1, 1-6, 6-2 in a gripping contest with the 2020 US Open finalist. Barty, playing in an overseas tournament for the first time in more than a year because of the coronavirus pandemic, continues her title defense against Belarusian 7th seed Aryna Sabalenka. Greek second seed Stefanos Tsitsipas defeated Japanese 28th seed Kei Nishikori 6-3, 3-6, 6-1 after an hour and 56 minutes to reach the last 16 of the Miami Open. Tsitsipas will next face Italian 24th seed Lorenzo Sonego, who dispatched Colombian Daniel Galan 7-6, 6-3. Russian 4th seed Andrei Rublev routed Hungarian 29th seed Martin Fucsovics 6-2, 6-1 to reach the 4th round. The 23-year-old will next face Croatia's 32-year-old Marin Cilic, who beat Italy's 19-year-old Lorenzo Musetti 6-3, 6-4. The 12th-seeded Raonic from Thornhill, Ontario, reached the 4th round of the ATP Masters 1000 event for the 5th time in 10 appearances with a 6-4, 7-5 win over number 20 seed Hugo Humbert of France. Argentine Diego Schwartzman cruised into the 4th round of the Miami Open with a 6-1, 6-4 victory over France's Adrian Manarino. Schwartzman converted 2 of 5 breakpoint opportunities while the Frenchman failed to create a chance for himself. Schwartzman advances to the round of 16 for the first time in Miami, where he will face Sebastian Korda of the United States. Poland's Herbert Hurkacz got revenge on Denis Shapovalov with a 6-3, 7-6 win over the Canadian number 6 seed just 2 weeks after Shapovalov beat him in Dubai. Hurkacz faces Milos Raonic, also from Canada, in round 4.
And let's come on to football now. Portugal coach Fernando Santos has said that captain Cristiano Ronaldo reacted how almost anyone would have done it when he stormed off the pitch after his stoppage time effort against Serbia was not allowed in Saturday's World Cup qualifier in Belgrade. Santos said that Ronaldo had admitted his outburst was not acceptable and made it clear that the star player will retain the captain's ban as Portugal prepares to face Luxembourg today. Ronaldo was left fuming and got booked for dissent after his shot in Saturday's 2-2 draw was cleared by Stefan Mitrovic after the ball had crossed the line as shown by the television replays. With no video assistant referee in place to review the incident, match officials waved play on and a livid Ronaldo left the pitch in seconds before the final. He also threw away the captain's armband while heading towards the tunnel. Dutch referee Danny McKinley has since apologized for not allowing the goal, and Ronaldo too apologized for his reaction.
O Cristiano foi uma atitude daquelas que qualquer em momentos alguns da nossa vida, se calhar vamos tomar. E ele foi o primeiro a reconhecer que se calhar não o devia ter feito. Bem, eu acho que isto é mais do que suficiente. Agora, capitão vai ser de certeza. Depois, quando consegues fazer um golo, aos 94 golo, limpinho, clarinho e que não é válido, obviamente, quando tu vens para um jogo com firme convicção, podes ganhar os 3 pontos e queres ganhar os 3 pontos. E eles são, não vou dizer o adjetivo, mas são, obviamente que há uma certa frustração. Quer dizer, nesses momentos imediatos não se fala de outra coisa, não é? Fala-se disso, fala-se do que aconteceu.
Record goal scorer Sergio Aguero will leave Manchester City at the end of the season. The 32-year-old striker's contract expires at the end of the season and he has been told it will not be renewed. The Argentine, who signed from Atletico Madrid in 2011, has scored 257 goals in 384 appearances for the club. He will be honoured by a statue at Etihad Stadium alongside title-winning captain Vincent Kompany and playmaker David Silva, who left the club in 2019 and 20 respectively. The trio played leading roles in City's renaissance, with Aguero famously scoring the injury time winner against QPR in 2012, which clinched the club's first ever English title across 44 years. Since then, the striker has helped City win 3 more Premier League titles, 1 FA Cup and 5 League Cups. And in shooting now, and in the run-up to Tokyo Olympics 2020, India came out with flying colours at the ISSF Shooting World Cup, bagging 30 medals and bragging a dominant performance at the international podium. Team India now tops the medal tally and stands at a stronger position for the much-awaited Tokyo Olympics. Let's take a look at this detailed report to understand more.
As usual, we are expecting quite a lot from the Indian shooters at the 2021 Tokyo Olympics, especially in the light of the fact that they've been performing exceedingly well in the ongoing ISSF World Cup. With a mixed bag of youngsters and veterans, India is likely to field their best contingent ever. Let us have a look upon India's achievements in the first Shooting World Cup after the COVID pandemic. In 10 meters air rifle mixed team event, E. Valarivan and Divyansh Singh Panwar started the gold rush by finishing on the top of the podium. The Indian duo shot a combined total of 16 in the gold medal match to finish ahead of the Hungarian world number 1, Istvan Penny and Edzer Deniz, who managed 10. The Indians shot a 10.4 each in the final shot to secure the top prize, while the Hungarian pair got 10.7 and 9.9 at the Dr. Karni Singh shooting range. Tokyo Olympics bound Aishwarya Pratap Singh Tomar claimed the gold medal in the men's 50-meter rifle 3 positions event, consolidating the India's top position in the ISSF World Cup. Aishwarya Pratap shot 462.5 to beat Hungary veteran Istvan Penny 461.6 and Denmark's Stefan Olsen 450.9. After an impressive start, following which he led for a while, Tomar slipped in the standings but fought back strongly with a 10.4, 10.5 and 10.3 in the standing elimination stage. Of the other Indians in the final, veteran and fellow Olympic quota holder Sanjeev Rajput finished 6th while Neeraj Kumar was 8th. Earlier in the qualification, Tomar shot 1,165 to finish 5th, while Rajput had topped the charts with a score of 1,172, while Neeraj Kumar bagged the 8th and final qualifying spot. The team of Youth Olympics and Asian Games gold medalist Saurabh Chaudhary, Abhishek Verma and Shehzar Rizvi bagged the yellow medal in the men's event, comfortably beating Vietnam 17-11 in the final. Chaudhary and company left the qualification part 2 with a total score of 579, while the Vietnamese managed 565. The Indian men aggregated 1,750 in the first qualification, while Vietnam scored 1,708. Manu Bhaker and Saurabh Chaudhary then won the gold medal in the 10-meter air pistol mixed team event. Bhaker and Chaudhary beat the Iranian team of Gulnosh Sebghatolahi and Jawad Forughi in the gold medal match. The Indian duo had a total of 16 points, while Iran managed 12. Indian pair of Yashaswini Deswal and Abhishek Verma won the bronze medal in the 10-meter air pistol mixed team event with a 17-13 win over their Turkish opponents. Indian shooters continued their medal-winning spree at the ISSF World Cup in New Delhi. The trio of Miraj Khan, Angad Bajwa and Gurjot Khangura won the gold medal in the men's skeet team event, taking India's medal tally to 17. India won the gold in the men's skeet team event after outclassing Qatar 6-2 in the gold medal match. India's men finished second in their qualification with an aggregate score of 503 behind Qatar's 507 and ahead of Kazakhstan's 501. The gold-winning performance came a little after the trio of Parninaz Dhaliwal, Kartiki Shaktawat and Ganimat Sekho won the silver in the women's skeet team event. The women's team lost the gold medal match 4-6 to Kazakhstan. Chinky Yadav won the gold medal as Indian shooters swept the medals in the women's 25-meter pistol event. Chinky Yadav outgunned the experienced Rahi Sarnobat in a shoot-off to clinch the top spot after both of them finished on 32 points each. Yadav got 4 of her 5 shots in the shoot-off, while Sarnobat missed 2 and had to settle for the silver medal after a great come-from-behind performance. Manu Bhaker secured the bronze medal, finishing with 28 points. Indian shooters' golden journey continues. Team of Manu Bhaker, Rahi Sarnobat and Chinky Yadav win gold medal after beating Poland 17-7 in the 25-meter pistol team event of the ISSF Shooting World Cup. It's the 10th gold medal for India. The seasoned Indian duo of Sanjeev Rajput and Tejaswani Sawant won the gold medal in the 50-meter rifle 3 positions mixed team event of the ISSF World Cup today. The Indians beat Ukraine's pair 31-29 in the gold medal match. The Indian gold count went up to 11 with their top finish. Aishwarya Pratap Singh Tomar and Sunidhi Chauhan won the bronze medal after getting the better of the USA's team. Adding to India's gold rush, the troika of Chain Singh, Neeraj Kumar and Swapnil Kusale won the gold medal in the 50-meter rifle 3 positions men's team event, comfortably beating the USA 47-25 in the final. Kumar, Kusale and Singh led through the final to easily claim the top prize ahead of the American team of Nicholas Maurer, Timothy Sherry and Patrick Sundarman at the Dr. Karni Singh shooting range. This was India's 12th gold in the marquee event. Sports Desk, DD India. The Indian team of Kannan.
And in biking, the Mediterranean epic mountain bike cycling competition came to an end after a 4-day event in Spain. Cyclists from 30 countries competed, with reigning world champions and Olympic gold medalists among the competitors. In the men's contest, 2012 London Olympic champion Jaroslav Kulhavy took the lead on the first stage, but by Sunday, the Italian Bredot twins had caught up enough to see Daniel Bredot crowned champion. In the women's, Martina Bertha took the win on the final stage, but it wasn't enough to overhaul the overall champion, Swiss rider Ramona Forcini. Forcini was joined by Italy's Chiara Tioshi and Martina Bertha on the podium, while Daniel Bredot lined up alongside his brother Luca and Austria's Daniel Gismeyer. And for all the viewers, let's again take a look at quick headlines. New Zealand women's cricket team produced a thrilling last ball victory to beat Australia by 4 wickets and level 3 match 2020 series. The final game of the series will take place in Auckland. Record goal scorer Sergio Aguero to leave Manchester City at the end of this season after his contract comes to an end. Aguero will be honoured with a statue of him that will be placed at the Etihad Stadium. Naomi Osaka extends her winning streak as she moves into the quarterfinal round of Miami Open. Australian world number 1 Ashley Barty also progresses to the quarterfinal round of ongoing Miami Open. Indian women's skipper Harmanpreet Kaur tests positive for COVID-19 in men's cricket. Irfan Pathan becomes 4th player in Road Safety World Series League who tested positive for the coronavirus. And that's all in this edition of Sports Buzz, and we will be back with fresh updates. Keep watching DD India as lots more lined up on the other side. Thank you so much for watching.